All right, so coming up this week, we got a major release from Jordan Brand. We got New Balance switching things up from the regular formula with one of their most popular models. And of course, we're going to continue to monitor this whole Adidas Yeezy situation. But before we get into this week's releases, we got to recap what went down this past weekend, which happened to be a great week as far as sneaker releases goes, because we saw Adidas go head to head versus Jordan Brand, who happened to introduce their new Jordan 4 RM model with their Nigel Sylvester Grandma's Driveway collaboration. Now, as far as this release, it seems like with no major US sneakers app drop, this pair actually happened to be a lot more limited than people initially anticipated. Nowadays, it feels like when it comes to these high profile Nike Jordan Brand collaborations, if you don't already secure your pair through like raffle, by the time the release date comes, it almost feels like you're out of luck. So I feel like this is exactly what Nike Jordan Brand executives wanted to see: sellouts across the board. People talking all about this model as this is their new model. They have other GR releases planned. We'll see how the people respond once those other colorways drop. And apparently we have this smoke gray Nigel Sylvester 4 planned to drop as well. No telling on the release date as far as those goes. Now, people are speculating apparently we will see a major US sneakers drop sometime, but based off the way the EU UK drop went down, according to Stash Sneakers, a UK EU based sneaker blog, apparently we only had 100 pairs released for the Nigel Sylvester drop on Saturday. So that's absolutely crazy. So no telling what we can expect for the US sneakers app drop. But if we can go anything based off the EU release, where they only dropped 100 pairs, yes, they only dropped 100 pairs. I wouldn't get my hopes too high for a sneakers app drop. And on the Adidas side of things, we saw them release the AE1 Ascent Pack. So you had the option of a mid-top, or for the very first time, the AE1s available in low top form. Now, as far as this release, we didn't actually see these drop via the confirmed app, but rather the standard Adidas app, as well as foot sites, plus other online retailers. So these joints did drop 10 a.m. Eastern Saturday morning, and for the most part, we saw all of the bigger sizes sell out pretty quickly. But at the time of this recording, it looks like we got some of these smaller sizes, 10 and below, are available pretty much on most online retailers. But if you do happen to be looking for a bigger size, don't panic, because remember, these pairs did actually drop in store. So this is one of those rare occasions where you could just walk into your local mall, head into Foot Locker, and be able to cop a brand new sneaker. As my man Nick, he was actually able to get a shot here of the in-store release. So salute to Adidas for that. As far as the release, night and day versus the Nigel Sylvester 4s, which were much more limited, only available in special boutiques, and these AE1s were pretty much available everywhere. So you gotta love it. As far as my Twitter X timeline, I'm seeing nothing but people rocking these AE1s, whether it's the mids or the lows on feet. So you gotta love it. And Adidas has even got people using hashtags again, as I'm seeing nothing but believe that all throughout my timeline, and I'm loving everything about it. So as far as these releases, when you compare this to the Nigel Sylvester, completely night and day. And what do you guys feel like was the more effective rollout for these sneakers? Plus, let me know if you guys went for any of these releases. As far as these AE1s, I happen to pick up the lows, as I mentioned, but because I don't have a local mall or any sneaker stores in my area, had to grab these joints online. So once they get there, let me know if you guys want to see an online or on feet review or something like that. Let me know down below. Now, as far as this week's releases, I would say it's pretty light, as there's not really anything, looking at the list here, of anything that I'm personally checking for that we know is definitely dropping so far. And being as that I actually bought 2 pairs of sneakers this past week, which as far as my entire sneaker spending habits this year definitely have changed. I want to say this year I probably bought like less than 10 pairs. So by me dropping or buying 2 pairs in a single week, I would say I'm getting a little out of hand here. So we're gonna slow things down this week. Now, coming up on the 24th, which is actually this Wednesday, we got New Balance dropping the new 1906A silver gold metallic. Now, of course, we all know of the 1906R. We've also heard of the D 1906U as well, but this new A iteration is a slightly new update to the one of New Balance's most popular models in the 1906. So as far as the update, this is part of the refined future pack. So you have some slight new design changes changes, such as these extended straps, which are part of the N-lock technology. I'm also noticing a little vintage age type of look on the sole. So joints aren't bad, but not doing enough to make me want to actually go ahead and be able to grab these. And I feel like New Balance just making some slight tweaks to one of their more popular models, of course, to kind of keep things fresh, as some people may be a little bit tired of this model over the last couple of years or so. So these joints are going to be dropping coming up here Wednesday the 24th for a retail of $170. We also see Adidas is going to be dropping a new black made in Italy Samba. We also got some cool pairs dropping from Asics. But as far as this weekend's marquee release from Jordan Brand, we have the Jordan 4 Wet Cements. I don't really know what's the story behind these. Apparently these have some type of connection to the Summer Olympic Games in Paris, but as far as the storytelling, you guys already know I can't really tell you. But I would say these joints ain't bad. A subtle gray pair of Jordan 4s, not too much going on with these. Interesting choice of materials, I would say. So I would say, as far as if you're into the Jordan 4, this may potentially be a cop for you. So Jordan Brand, I would say they want about $215 for these. Do you guys feel like these Jordan retro prices are getting a little out of hand? Let me know what you guys think down below. But regardless, a nice summertime release in honor of the Paris Olympic Games, which actually may go down, you know, as a Jordan that a lot of people may regret passing up on here in the near future, but who knows. So as far as this week's releases, I would say pretty light, but of course we will continue to monitor these Adidas Yeezy releases, because it appears that last night we saw something funny going on with the Adidas Confirmed app, which I don't know if you guys have checked the app as of recently, but it's been really buggy, glitching out, meaning that we could potentially see an update coming very soon. As last night, actually a lot of people noticed that the foam runners loaded up in the Ararat as well as sand colorways, some of the original colorways, very desirable. A lot of people are still looking to grab these years after the initial release. Now, this release actually loaded up with a buy now button, but once you actually tried to buy them, it actually glitched out and said error, and then shortly afterwards Adidas did remove the listing. So could it be just like last week where we saw this surprise release pop up and then Adidas decided to drop these? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, but it all could just be done in error, and we never know what to expect. Last week we did see, I want to say on Friday morning, Adidas randomly restocked some pairs at like 5 a.m. in the morning. So we'll have to continue to monitor and see how these Adidas Yeezy releases go down. But as far as this week, we'll see if Adidas adds any new pairs to the Confirmed app, and we'll continue to monitor if we see any additional pairs discounted or if we see more Yeezys hitting the outlets, as we've seen some 700 V3s hit the outlets in Taiwan. I'm also even seeing more 380s here in the States, such as the Calcite Glows, which dropped years back. So we'll see if they hit new pairs, hit the outlet, and of course we will continue to monitor everything Adidas Yeezy. But for now, I just wanted to check in with you guys here on this wonderful Sunday to get you guys prepared for this week's releases. And of course, as the week goes on, we'll go in depth a little bit more on each release specifically. So for now, I just wanted to check in with you guys. Let me know what y'all think down below. If you enjoyed this quick little update, please help support the channel by hitting the thumbs up button. So we're gonna wrap things up right here. I'm JA. Make sure you guys stay safe, stay blessed. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. And in the meantime, bless. I'm out, y'all. Love.